Hello and welcome to this video. We're playing Nikonvr. Let's play c4. Nikonvr, yeah. So, yeah, we're getting some kind of English. Yeah, we're getting the English opening here with the e5 defense. I like this defense. I play it myself. I like to get a pawn in the center, so I'll go for d3. Probably going to get some kind of g3, bishop g2 setup. So black's going for knight f6 with some kingside pressure. I think I might go for knight f3 and then be able to play bishop g5, but he's stopping that. But bishop g5 might still be good now because then we've got knight d5. I think that's okay. If bishop e7, we can just bishop e7 we can't play. So now we could go for this. What we have to look out for is bishop takes f2, king takes f2, and then knight e4. I don't think that works though, because yeah, so let's pin this knight, because I think bishop takes f2, king takes f2 is fine. If knight e4, we can yeah, we can just take that off because this bishop is protected. So this bishop might have to go back to e7. Doesn't. Alright, so I think then we'll just hack this off. Do we want to take with the knight? Let's take this with the bishop. He's going to have to play g takes now. Okay. Now, do we want to play g3, bishop g2, castle short? That looks decent. Let's go for that, I think. Got a little pull here now. Guess white's going to defend the f pawn. I was just looking at knight h4. Okay, he's going for a very quick e4. It's interesting. But I'm minded to just play knight h4 anyway, since I wanted to play that to hit f5 and then after d6. I think I'm alright here, so let's go with that. So I'm expecting d6. Yeah, now bishop g2 hitting the e4 pawn, threatening d takes e, so I'm expecting now e takes d, and then we might follow up with queen takes d3 for more pressure on f5. I think I like my position here. I think white's a little better. This knight could come into f4 as well, and it can't be pushed from there. So that may be, for example, if knight e7 to try and trade, I think we go. Okay, so you're giving me the e4 pawn. Why are you giving me the e4 pawn? You're going to get the c4 pawn, but I think I'm alright with that. I think I'm okay with that because I'm going to get some pressure on. I'm going to hack that off, and if you take c4, I'll just take f5. And I like having a knight on f5. I think that should be good for me. I still don't see any threats to my king. I mean, I want to get castled fairly soon, but I don't see anything concrete yet. Okay, so we could play queen c2 to cover c4, but then I think black can play f5. So I think we need to take this now. And if f5 now, the bishop just comes back. Okay, so we can actually block this bishop. That's fine. Let's just look for anything better. Queen d2 is queen d3 would lose the queen. Queen c2 is interesting. Threatening h7, covering the c pawn. And I think we're still all okay. So let's try that, and then we'll probably want to withdraw the bishop to g2 to block this. But maybe we can just ignore this bishop and castle along. So I would expect something like rook f7 now to cover the h7 pawn. And then maybe it's just knight in then, threatening knight h6 and encourage black to play bishop takes f5 and then bishop takes f5. And I like my position then again. I think this is a real threat, so I don't think you can just ignore that. Bishop g2 is not possible. Still can't see anything happening on f2. f5 looks interesting. f5 looks pretty good. f5 to block out the bishop looks pretty good. Actually, no, f5's not working, is it? Because we've got 3 pieces on f5 square. So I'm expecting rook f7. Why has he not played rook f7? Well, there's bishop b4, but we can take that. Okay, you're hitting this knight. Okay. Well, why not take this first then? This check here. Surely that's good. The knight can come back. I'm going to hack this off and worry about the consequences later. So we've now got knight f5 check. So this is crucial. Knight f5 check. If bishop takes, we have queen takes. If pawn takes knight, then I've got queen g6 check. Then king h8. And I think that's where it ends, right? So that's the issue. But what about just knight f5 now? Keeping everything together. Yeah, I think this looks very strong. I mean, we're hitting the bishop. If bishop b4, I think I'm going to just come to d2 come to d1. Yeah, I'm just going to come to d1. I don't see anything that concrete here. I mean, my king's lost castling rights, but surely there's enough pressure on black's king to justify this. Black's got to do something about his bishop h3, which is on prise. We can just take that actually and win the queen immediately. So this is game over now. I think black's going to resign. We're forking king and queen, and I mean, black's barely got any moves as it is. I mean, he's probably got to play king f7 maybe, then we take the queen with check. Yeah, and he's resigned. And he wants another game. So let's go ahead and have another game with him. But I'll do that offline. Oh, it's gone. Okay. Alright. We'll just pause and then